So many landlords fail for this reason. They thought they bought an investment, but they actually signed up for a job. Most people think buy-to-let's about buying a property, and that's the mistake. They believe the win happens at purchase, the deal, the discount, get the keys, and that belief it's outdated, and it quietly wrecks people. Now here's the reality. You do make money when you buy a property, and you should aim for that. But that advantage can quickly be eroded by poor operations, poor letting and management operations. Buying is an event, landlording is a system. First timers, they confuse the two. So they hunt the deal, they argue over £5 here or there, they obsess over yield calculators, and then the reality arrives. You're now a landlord and you've got landlord responsibilities, so tenants, maintenance, voids, compliance, time. It sucks your time if you're not careful. And suddenly that great deal, it feels heavy. And now that's not because property's broken, it's because your model was. Now here's the rule that most people, they never hear. A rental property, it's not an asset by default. It's a liability that earns the right to become an asset through good management. Now that's not very motivational, I know that, but it is mechanical. If the rent doesn't cover all the friction, that's repairs, tax, voids, compliance, your time, then the property is borrowing from your future silently. And that's where people fall behind without noticing. They buy something that only works on paper, they assume stability, they assume it'll be fine, but property does not reward optimism, it rewards preparation. The biggest mistake first-time landlords make is not choosing the wrong property, it's choosing the wrong role. They think they're investors and they're actually operators, and operators need systems. Now, let me make this absolutely concrete, and I've seen this. Two landlords buy identical houses on the same street, same price, same rent. One runs it casually, DIY fixes, late responses, no buffer. The other runs it like a business. So they've got cash reserves, clear standards, boring, repeatable decisions. Now, run that on 5 years, the difference, it's not luck, it's survival, but it is stark. One of those landlords, they feel trapped, like a side hustle. The other, they own a controllable machine. They've got the same asset, they're just living different lives. Now, here's the uncomfortable part. If you're relying on growth to save a weak deal, you're already exposed. If the numbers only work when everything goes right, they don't work. And the market doesn't care that you're new. Not, is this a good deal, but can this run well indefinitely without stress? Because the moment you stop chasing the purchase and start respecting the operations, property stops feeling fragile, and your next decision, it gets quieter, more disciplined, more honest. And that's where control actually lives, isn't it? If you found this perspective useful, consider subscribing or dropping a comment. This channel is a place to explore the practical side of property without the hype. I hope you enjoyed the video.